Joe, good morning. Happy Friday.
Oh, good morning.
Morning, Joe. How many times you listen to that song at West Virginia?
Not so much, but later in life, listen to
Okay, so I missed the date
solid
then.
song. Good. It's a good weight room song.
Yeah, it's a great weight room song.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, we never talked to you about this, the Shireman kid. I want to ask you about him from the night he had the other night. I remember when Pritchard came out, Brad talked about scouting Pritchard and his work ethic and how much of a nutjob gym rat that kid was. Does this kid give you that same type of vibe, too?
Yeah, he does. He gives you that the same chip on your shoulder vibe as well. I think in order to make it, you have to kind of have a, like a chip on your shoulder, FU kind of mentality where nothing's going to get in the way of getting to where you want to get to. And I think he has that. And, he has great work ethic and, he really, really believes in himself and knows he could be a really good player. So we need to have some of that. And, he has that. So he's got to continue to work, but he's got the work ethic. He has the toughness. He's got all the tools. And you saw some of that the other night.
Joe, I'd like to ask you about the big news of the day yesterday, and that is the sale of the Boston Celtics to Bill Chisholm. What have your interactions with him to this point been?
Just spoke to him yesterday briefly, but it was a good conversation. And, I think it's twofold, right? I think, you're grateful for, what our ownership has done up until this point, and it kind of goes back to what we've always talked about is, the Celtics have always been in great hands, and the people who have either coached, played, owned it, been a part of it, have left it in a better place. And, I think Wick and Pags have done that, and now we transition kind of into, into Bill and his group, and Wick still being there. But it's great that we have someone that, is from the area and has the passion and commitment to just keep, pushing the Celtics forward, trying to be the best that we could be. So he shares that, and looking forward to kind of growing our relationship with him.
I don't know if you saw Pags' statement, but he seemed pretty disappointed yesterday, to say the least. Have you got a chance to reach out to him at all?
Yeah, I shot him a text a little bit as we were traveling, and yeah, like you said, it's twofold. You have people who have put their heart and soul into growing the organization and team, so that can be difficult. For me personally, I couldn't imagine what life would be like not being able to work for the Celtics, and so I understand that, and you have your gratitude towards that, and so at the same time, we have an opportunity to continue to push and move forward with the organization, and that's what we got to do.
Have you talked with the players about the transition that's going on right now, and what questions have they had about the new ownership group?
I mean, you really think I would tell you something like that?
I was hoping.
You
but
gotta try.
You asked it with really good. That was a really good voice you asked it with.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Does that mean a real answer's coming or no?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But it was great delivery.
Okay.
How about that Luka trade? You got any thoughts on that yet?
Yeah.
While we're at it.
You guys are great.
Thank you.
I mean, but it's normal human nature if the team gets sold, and you guys know what the luxury taxes are, and what teams are spending now. Feels like this can put a little bit more pressure on your team, right? Because of the window that's open here for you guys right now, regardless of what happens in the future, because we don't know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't look at it. I mean, regardless of, first of all, we don't look at it as pressure, and regardless of circumstances, situations, there's a mutual understanding and a commitment to the fact that when you play for the Celtics, you have an opportunity and a responsibility to go after championships and to go after greatness. So like, whoever's in ownership, that part, doesn't matter. Whatever the salary cap is, none of that matters, because every year the number one goal is winning championships and doing whatever it takes to do that. So it doesn't add any more of that, because that is always there, and that'll always be there, and we want that to always be there. And I think Bill kind of mentioned that in a few of his statements of, like, he wants to win in the short term, he wants to win in the long term, and it's about the process of what it takes to win championships.
I would imagine, given the fact that you have good veterans on your team that have played in a lot of places or have had a lot of teammates here, even younger players like the Jays, they've had a lot of different teammates over the course of their careers. I imagine every year in the league, players know that their group and their teammates may not be the same the next season. With or without the money. Is that fair to say? Is that correct?
I think it's more about just capitalizing on staying present in the opportunity that you have. And the great thing about, the Celtics, as long as I've been here and even before, is there's been great continuity. And, there's been great people. And I think the organization is built on people. It's been built on alignment. It's been built on continuity. And, we've had that from top to bottom even before. And so I think that's a huge strength. And, when you have that, you just focus on the present and, all the things that go into winning.
You say alignment, and I think about across all levels of the organization, and with a new owner and Bill Chisholm yesterday, sounds like a very data-driven guy. Do you get that sense that data will continue to be a big part, analytics will be a big part of the Celtics going forward?
I haven't had in-depth conversations about that, but I think obviously with small changes, you're always looking for, there'll always be new ways to improve, new ways to get better as we continue to evolve as a team, as an organization, as the league, and really leadership and the game is evolving. You always want to stay ahead of that. And so I did get the sense that, obviously Bill and his group, and we want to do whatever we can to put us in the best position to win, on and off the court. So, those small improvements, I'm sure that involves data. I'm sure that involves technology and other areas that we can.
How many travel points are you racking up the next couple of weeks? Frequent flyer miles, hotel points must be pretty good.
Huh?
Nice.
I don't get any of those.
No?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Team gets it.
It's too bad.
Yeah. It's okay, though.
I bet your plane's nice, though.
I think it is.
Do you guys take the same plane all the time? Yeah, you do, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
You guys have ashtrays?
There's a couple that are
Shut
similar.
up, McCone. There's no planes made of ashtrays.
Yeah, you ever seen an ashtray on one of your planes?
I've never even looked.
It's a Patriots joke.
Just picture yourself back in those days where you were able to just kind of, smoke in economy class.
Yeah, an Eastern Air.
Have a cigarette.
Yeah. How
about in the Suffolk City documentary, like after a game, Hyson just like talking to the media, just lights up a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a great black and white photo.
That'd be great to do that.
Len Dawson with the Kansas City Chiefs is at halftime of a game, and he's smoking a cigarette in the locker room. It's
knees all taped up.
Classic.
I think it was a beer and a cigarette, wasn't it?
It's like at halftime, not after the game.
It's like the movie,
the
The Longest Yard. It's like crazy.
Oh man, that'd be great if I just had a pack of Marlboros in there for post game.
Joe, my first year in the league with the Patriots, we had beer in that grab-and-go cooler in the locker room. Like it was there. And I would go to other stadiums on the road, the old Philly and that, and they would have kegerators in the visiting locker room. Like you could drink beer.
I mean, you got to replenish your cards after right. Just the type of calories that you're burning when you're playing.
That's a good point.
Joe, down the stretch here with this road trip and then wrapping up the season, final game is on April 13th, less than a month away. How much do you use Kristaps Porzingis down the stretch and try and get, we'll call it your preferred five, getting minutes together?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, you take advantage of what the opportunity presents and what the season presents. And so we're looking to just continue to develop the habits that are necessary to win, whether it's with our first five, our top eight, our whole team. And I think that's one of the strengths that we've had this year is, I don't know how many times we've had our full team, but I know we've been able to find some moments of greatness with them, and we've been able to develop different identities that may be necessary down the stretch. So, we'll look to do both. And those are the goals, right? Heading into the end of the season is, are we playing well? Are we connected? Do we have the right habits? And also, are we healthy?
You get excited for this time of year because it's coming to the end, and then you kind of get to tighten things up, and you get into series and all that, and that's where you guys are at your best.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is exciting. It'll be a good road trip. We were home for a while. We'll be on the road. But like you said, you get to dial up the things that you need to get better at, and you start getting ready. So we still got things we got to work on. Still got to get better. And so this road trip presents that opportunity.
Did you fill out a bracket?
I didn't.
Not a bracket guy?
No, I mean, I am. I just kind of, I just forgot, I guess. But it's a fun time. I mean, one of the best things I like is when we're on the road during these times, because then we get like a conference room and, the whole travel party gets to watch the games again. It's a lot of fun.
Since you guys won it and you're like considered number one, was it cool to go to Connecticut and see what a number two and how they function? Tim went to UConn. That's why I'm just breaking his balls.
No, he didn't. He's just a fan. He didn't even go there. No, he's just a front-running prick. That's all he is.
Oh, my God, that's worse.
That's all he is.
Calhoun
recruit me, man. Calhoun didn't recruit me. Yeah.
Sorry, Joe. I couldn't hear you there. All these guys are yelling. What'd you say?
You Yankee fan?
You could say prick on the air? I didn't know that.
I don't think
so. I think
the
so.
whole season.
I just did.
I got dumped 3 times
I
this
just
week,
called
Joe.
him that. I just did it. Joe, I've
love
learned
that.
ask for forgiveness, not for permission.
Or you just don't even ask for that.
Yeah, it depends on the level of infraction, is what I would say.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that.
All right, Joe. Well, enjoy the road and enjoy the NCAA tournament. I'm with you. Filling out brackets sucks.
Yeah. Have a good trip, Joe.
All right. We'll see you guys.
All right, take care. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.